Hello, friends, and welcome. Today we're playing more Steins Gate. I am Popeye, and I see we've got a few people. Sam's has been here since about 3:30ish. Jeez, like 5 hours. And Samus's has subscribed to Tier 1 for 5 straight months. Thank you, Samus's. Is it that time already? Yeah, I have to think back, because I think I made affiliate early July, so July, August, September, October, November. Yep, 5 months. There you go. 5 months. It's hard to believe it has been quite that long. It feels like it was just yesterday. Although I could say the same thing about it feels just yesterday. I started streaming this game, and this is, what, episode 18? So, yeah. So last time on Steins Gate, basically revolved all around Suzuha fixing up her time machine so she could go back in time and get the IBN 5100 to us. That was her mission. But we found out that if she goes back in time, she cannot come forwards because her time machine only goes back in time. And we also found out that Daru is her father, and that creeped everyone out just a little bit. Especially when about 10 minutes before he asked if they could make out. So, yeah, that was last time. Yes, exactly. Previously on Steins Gate. Suzuha Rintaro, Suzuha Rintaro. Hello, Shy. How are you doing tonight? So, we're at the point now where Suzuha should be providing us back with the IBN 5100. And someone's at the door. We don't know who, but we're gonna go find out. So let's open the door. And Samus has gifted a tier 1 chub to Shy. Thank you, Samus. There is your obligatory pointy finger. You misclicked on like 3 things, accidentally entered all your credit card info, and then click submit. Instead of an old woman, we get a wall of muscle. That was meant to be a ban. Our disappointment is palpable. I also made the mistake of about 20 minutes before the stream of having wine. My brain already hurts trying to learn physics at like 9 at night. And today is probably going to be even worse if they ask us to do any physics stuff. Mr. Braun peeks into the lab. Samus has broken Twitch.
Shut up, Mayuri!
Shut up! Kirsty covers Mayuri's mouth. Mim with the cursed high. I missed the ending of your Alien Isolation stream, Mim. Did you actually finish it? How close are you? I feel like you didn't finish it, but I think you're kind of close, like 1, maybe 2 more streams left. We don't have time for this. I can't just order him to leave, not unless I want another cracked skull. Or raised rent.
彼女は実家に帰ると言っていましたよ。もうここには来ないでしょう。
何？そうなのか？あのガキ。
Just gonna take much less time, probably. The future is changing. Isn't this proof? My previous sleeps, Mr. Braun never came by the lab, and we liked it that way. This must be related to Sousa's trip to 1975. Surely it's a good sign. Now, as long as the attractor field doesn't amend history again... Mr. Braun sighs, then turns to me with a serious expression. That is not a serious expression. He hands me an envelope. It's addressed to Okabe Rintaro, but there's no stamp or postmark. The name Hashida Suzu is written on the back.
これは
Dang it, Samuses, I told you not to push that. Hope the world doesn't end. Think we're fine. Don't do it again. One of these times I need to, like, make a hotkey that just, like, goes to a black screen, so I can be like, I hope the world doesn't end, and then it's just like, boom, we're all gone. But instead of my face, you see darkness.
前に俺が世話になった人からの手紙だ。今日お前に渡してくれって頼まれてた。
え誰だ
おめえこそすずさんとはどういう関係なんだ
Popeye's face, it's the end of times! Yes, my face is just like a giant comet that's gonna, like, smash into the earth. Oh no, it's an auto. I don't want auto. What did I miss? I am the moon. 72 hours remain. Okay, so he just said, how do you know Suzu-san anyway? Suzu-san. Of course. Name on the back reads Hashida Suzu. Hashida's Daru's surname.
この女性は今どこに
いや、10年前に亡くなったが。
So, welcome to the wonderful start of a stream. Suzuha's dead.
亡くなった
Died 10 years ago. She would have been... They did the math before. Why is my brain making me do math? You're out this timeline of shit. She's dead. A wave of dizziness nearly sweeps me off my
い
feet.
くつぐらいの人だった
I don't even have to do math. They're just gonna tell me.
50は超えてなかったな。
The age fits.
渡してくれて感謝しますミスター・ブラウン
これもしかしてすずさん
Well, we can't kill off the main character, even though he's a dick. You're out. Your Wi-Fi is done. Okay, thank you, Shy. Yeah, we're sorry to hear that, but thank you for stopping in. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
マジでなんで店長が
Mr. Ron clearly doesn't understand our reaction, and we're not about to explain. Thank him again. He grumbles a bit and leaves. As soon as he's gone, I break the seal and open the envelope. Inside is a handwritten letter. The characters are slightly messy, as if her hand was shaking as she wrote it. So what you're getting is we traded Mayuri's life for Suzuha's. Maybe? We still have to jump from the Alpha World line to the Beta World line, otherwise Mayuri still dies. Our eyes transfixed begin to read.
岡部倫太郎様
Oh, and it's got the sad overworld music.
お久しぶりです天音鈴葉です橋田タイターの娘です
Well, we'll find out soon. Yes, mid-40s.
あなたに
This music does not make me think it was very happy.
数時間前以来のことかもしれない今は西暦2000年の6月13日ですこれをあなたが読んでいるだいたい10年前ということになります結論だけ書く失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した
I failed, 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 I failed. I failed, 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 I failed.
私は失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した私は失敗した失敗
Failed, I 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 failed.
今は西暦2000年の6月14日です。これをあなたが読んでいるだいたい9年前10年前になります。失敗した。私が私だということを思い出したのはほんの1年前だった。
So she lost her memories for all but 1 year.
恐怖の大王が落ちるとか言われてた日。
I'm actually kind of surprised they don't have a reference to Nostradamus predictions.
どうせなら落ちてくれればよかった。私はこの24年間記憶を失っていた。覚えていたのは名前ぐらいだった。思い出したのはほんの1年前だった。恐怖の大王が落ちると言われて落ちなかった日。恐怖の大王なんてどこにもいないけど私は死にたい。修理が完全じゃなかった。タイムマシンは不具合があった。私は1975年に飛んだ時何も覚えていなかった。それを今になって思い出す私は真っ白でどうしたらいいか分からず施設に保護された。今は一人暮らしをしているけどそれは橋田鈴というまっさらな人間として普通に生活してきただけで天音鈴葉としての使命は完全に忘れていて去年思い出した。失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した私は失敗。
Game, why do you make me read it out? I know. I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed. I'm a failure.
何が原因なの？タイムトラベルはうまくいかなかった。父さんの修理が完全じゃなかった。
Hello, Beardy.
でも父
Yes,
さんが悪くなくて
she failed.
私が悪いんだ。まっすぐ1975年へ飛んでいればよかった。2010年に寄り道するべきじゃなかった。わがままを言ってる場合じゃなかった。これじゃ未来は
Control
変わらない。
S. We have been saved.
IBN5100 は手には入れられなかった。ごめん。ごめんね。私は何のためにこの年まで生きてきたんだろう。使命を忘れてただのうのうと生きてきた。
How many pages of sadness do we have?
こんな人生何の意味もない。意味がない意味がない意味がない。思い出さなければよかった。思い出せてよかった。君に謝ることができてよかった。許して許して許して許して許して許して私の計画は狂ってしまった。その原因を
Samus, this all happened because you pushed the button. That's all I'm saying. You filled up the recycle bin, you broke Shy's internet, and... and you made Suzuha fail.
そして分かった。
I'm kidding, of course.
私が1975年へ飛ぶのを一日でもためらわなければこんなことにはならなかった。
You can't throw yourself away, Samus. The recycle bin is full. Yeah, Beardy. Samus gifted Shy a sub and then broke her internet.
岡部倫太郎、君はあのタイムマシンオフ会の後 1975年へ飛ぼうとした私を引き止めた。それはとても嬉しかったけど、でもそこで引き止めたのは失敗だったんだ。私はあの日飛ばなければならなかった。
Give Samus's meme.
あの日を逃したらダメだったんだ。引き止められたから、その夜に雷雨があってタイムマシンが壊れてしまったんだ。もしも
This appears to be the last page because it looks like she dies while writing it.
あの日の私を引き止めないようにしてほしい。そうすれば私は君たちに IBN5100 を届けられる。使命を果たせる。私は使命を果たしたい。父さんと約束したから。父さんの意志だから。私の未来を変えたいから。ごめんごめんごめん。こんな人生は無意味だった。
Kira thought this would be a nice stream. We had hope. To like the sandness. My hands curl, crumpling the page. I realize that I'm crying. Suzuha failed? She lost her memory? Her life was meaningless? This can't be happening. Nobody says a word. Their faces like mine are frozen in disbelief. I turn to Daru. He's whiter than a sheet.
ダル、タイムマシンは直したんじゃなかったのか。
治ってたはずだよ。はずだけど、そもそもタイムマシンを直すのなんて初めてだったし、見落としがあったのかも。
Yeah, it's hard to know if you've properly repaired a time machine until you actually use it.
見落としたと。そのせいでお前の娘は24年間も記憶を失ったのだぞ。
僕だって好きで見落としたわけじゃ。
そうよ。二人とも落ち着きなさい。橋田はできる限りのことを精一杯やった。彼を責めるのはお門違いよ。
Yeah, they probably could have.
お前はなんでそんなに冷静なんだ。
And the only thing I don't know is if it had some kind of fuel source that, like, she only had so much fuel or resource for it. Yeah, so this is something we've kind of been discussing. But basically, if you want to go back now, if Daru, like, thinks there's something that he might have done wrong, he could let Okabe know, and when he goes back in time, can let his past self know as he's fixing it.
こういう性格なの。悪かったな。とにかく落ち着け。
It's not Daru's fault, for once. I know that. But it can't end like this. It can't. What was Suzuha feeling as she wrote this letter? I'll look again at the words scrawled upon the page, every character resonant with despair. I wanted to welcome her back with a smile. Instead, this. Suzuha's dead, 10 years gone. Wait, how did she die? Don't tell me. Sir Braun must know what happened. I run to the window and check the street. Mr. Braun is outside closing up shop. Yeah, I saw the trail off as they loaded in that last page, and I was like, oh, did she die while writing this? Especially when they described it as, like, her having, like, shaky hands. That's not a description you'd usually have of someone in good health, but I guess she could have been so distraught with the failure that could have been the same result. But we might find out in a second as we run downstairs.
お、岡部。例のラジカンの人工衛星消えたってよ。大騒ぎらしいぜ。
Guess it's already made the news.
そんなことより聞かせてください。
Internet is borking on you now. Sam says, did you break Mim's internet too?
なんだ
You think that's the stream? Let me check my end. My end is good, so it's probably Twitch being Twitch. It's a space station.
橋田鈴さんの亡くなった状況について。
Samus has the quotes memorized. Alright, so Mim is a skyscraper, Funky's a space station. Okay.
知ってどうする
He looks at me hard. I meet his stare unflinching.
俺は今まで彼女の死について何も知らなかった。
Geez, just like looking back at that quote. And it's from Trails of Cold Steel back in... Is that July 13th? You missed a lot since stream died. I'm getting nothing on my end, so that has to be on Twitch's end, I'm guessing. Which is unfortunate, Twitch being Twitch. But I don't know what else I expected. So what have you missed? Okay, I'll give everyone a quick recap of since we finished reading the letter. So Okabe and Daru kind of yell at each other. Okabe blames Daru for making a mistake. We want to know how she died, so we looked outside to see if Mr. Braun was there, and we run downstairs to talk with him, and we've asked him how she died. As for that's not a description, I don't remember what I was saying. I think we were talking about the trailing off in the letter as she died, and I was saying that could have been she was dying as she wrote it. Mim said that he thought she just ran out of will to keep writing it. I had also said they had described the letter as being written shakily, which could have been her health or just her mental state at that point in time after remembering all of this. And we're probably going to find out in one sec if Mr. Braun knows and is willing to tell us.
彼女の最後を知っておかなければならない。そんな気がするんです。そうしなくちゃいけないんだ。それがどんな最後だったにしろ、この胸に刻みつけておかないと。
単なる好奇心ってわけじゃなさそうだな。で、もう一度聞くが、すずさんとはどういう関係だ？
古い知り合いです。
That's all I can say.
とても古い知り合いで、でも彼女と過ごしたわずかな時間は今もはっきり思い出すことができるんです。聞かせてください。
あまり言いたくはないんだがな。これから俺が言うことは心して聞けよ。いいか。
I slowly nod. And then I get my answer.
自殺だ。
The word drops in my heart like an anvil. My knees give out. I collapse to the pavement. Suicide.
自宅で首をつってな。俺が第一発見者だ。
My life was meaningless. I recall the last words she wrote in her letter, words of unimaginable despair. She didn't deserve so bleak an end.
そんなことになる1年ぐらい前から精神的に随分不安定になってな。それまでは明るくて優しい人だったんだが、俺はあの人の家に下宿させてもらってたんだ。スーズさんは天涯孤独だったし、葬式にはほとんど人は来なかった。寂しいもんだったぜ。さっきの手紙はスズさんが死ぬ1週間前に渡された。2010年の今日になったら岡部倫太郎という青年に渡してくれってな。スズさんは予知能力でも持ってたのかと思ったぜ。おめえが上に越してきた時はな。
Enough. Can't take it anymore. Try to stand, but my legs betray me. I stumble, but before I fall, a small body supports my shoulder.
おかり、大丈夫？
So, I hate to interrupt this sad moment, but I just have to say I love the fact that when he found out it was suicide, they added like a kind of black filter on top of it, as if he's kind of like losing consciousness a little bit from this news. Hey Chaos, how's it going? Or Chasm, as you're apparently now called. Mayuri must be taking all her strength to hold me up. Didn't Mayuri hear how Suzuha died? Her eyes are wet, her lips are trembling. Still, she's the one supporting me. Mayuri and I bow deeply to Mr. Braun and return to the lab. When we get back, Daru is seated at his computer, head on the table. Thug? There is not a thug command. Chrissy was standing in front of the TV, watching an excited reporter talk about Roddy Khan. The disappearance of the satellite is huge news, obviously. The lounge is silent, save for the TV. I look at the table. The divergence meter still reads 0.337187%. It hasn't changed since before Suzuha left. What went wrong? I can't go back 10 years with the time leap machine. I can't do anything about Suzuha's death. Should I have stopped her from leaving after all? Maybe then this tragedy wouldn't have happened. No. What choice did I have? Can't save Mayuri without the IBN 5100. Suzuha had to travel to 1975. I consider my options. What if I redo these 2 days again? Can Daru fix the time machine so this doesn't happen? Is fixing the time machine even possible? Daru's skills are second to none, and the time machine was built by his own hand 26 years in the future. It seemed logical that he would be able to fix it. To look at it another way. It took Daru 26 years to learn how to build the time machine. He had to reverse engineer CERNs to do it. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect our Daru to perform flawless repairs in only 2 days. In that case, can I have Daru use the time leap machine and repeat these 2 days until he repairs it? No, he'll have to start from scratch each time. 2 days just aren't enough. I collapse onto the sofa and bury my face in my hands. Mayuri sits next to me and gently rubs my back. I'm grateful for her kindness. I recall what Suzuha wrote. You can go back to that day. Please, please, let me leave. The D-mail I sent. Could that be the cause? On the original world line, Suzuha leapt to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Unsatisfied with that outcome, I sent a D-mail to convince myself to follow Suzuha and prevent her from leaving. As a result, she remained in 2010 for an additional 4 days. Deadbeard has redeemed a hydrate. We will all hydrate to replenish all of our tears. But that night, the time machine was damaged by a thunderstorm. If I hadn't followed Suzuha that day... Drinks are now just tear fuel. If I hadn't sent that D-mail to myself, her time machine would not have malfunctioned. She would have arrived safely in 1975. The solution is obvious. I need to cancel that D-mail. But can I really do that? If I change the past so that Suzuha leaves, won't that undo the 4 days we spent together? Our frantic search through the streets of Akiba, her heartfelt confession on the roof of Radicon, her tearful reunion with her father, Daru, all of it will be undone. What do I do? An urgent bulletin pops up on the TV. I look up in surprise. Bomb threat suspends Yamanote, Sobu, Keihin, Tohoku lines. Damn, Moaka's men will be here any minute. There's no time to think, no time to hesitate. I run downstairs, break into the Brontu workshop, and turn on the 42-inch CRT. Then, I return to the lab and activate the time leap machine.
Okabe, どうするつもり?
Christy demands answers. I can see the fear in her eyes.
なんとかしなければならない。このままでいいはずはないんだ。
岡部。
オカリン、無茶はダメだよ。
Don't try to stop me, Mayuri. Can't let this stand. There are 2 options. I can cancel the D-mail that convinced me to pursue Suzuha. Sending a contradictory D-mail should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzuha from leaving. 2 options, but really, just one. Do not hesitate, Okabe or Intaro. Hesitation is unforgivable. Already know what you must do. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is CERN trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go.
Chris, お前は
If he cancels the D-mail, then he loses the thingy. The thingy that things. How would he know if he left the Alpha World line? If he ever meets up with Suzuha again, he knows she has it. And probably knows enough information about her past to get her to believe that they have connected in a previous time or world line.
Eh, まあ。
鈴葉の励まし会をやったのはいつだ?
4日前、8月9日。
オカリン、D メールを送るの。でもそうしたら全部消えちゃうんだよ。
4 days. May not sound like much, but in that time we forged a definite bond with Suzuha. Send this D-mail is to sever that bond. I know that. I know that. This is the only choice I have. I set the phone wave to 97 hours ago. This D-mail should arrive a few hours after the first. Now, I just need to send it. Save Mayuri. That is my purpose. That is what drove me to leap through time. Do whatever it takes to save her. This is just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Send the D-mail. Push the button. Isn't that what Suzuha wants? He'll be saving her from 25 years of loneliness, from ending her life in utter despair. Save Suzuha. Save Mayuri. This is the right thing to do. This is right. But is it really? Is erasing those memories really the right thing to do? Isn't that just running away from reality? Shouldn't I try time leaping first? Maybe there's another way. What should I do? What's the right choice? Stop. You're starting to doubt. Never doubt. I don't know the answer, but I need to reach a conclusion or else. I can't. Can't do it. I can't send this email. Acting on impulse, I don the headgear and punch in a 48-hour time leap. Well, I tried to open my phone partway through that, but it didn't let me, so it doesn't look like I got a choice. I ignore her and bite down hard on my lip. As the taste of blood fills my mouth, press the button. The world twists, my legs shake. Cover my eyes and wait for my senses to return to normal. 1,000 emotions stampede through my skull, then fade away. I stare vacantly at Chrissy, who's standing in front of me. First, I can't hear her over the buzzing in my ears, but little by little her voice becomes clear.
ほら、ふらついてるじゃない。まだ2日目なのに、そんなに疲れててどうすんのよ。
Chrissy thrusts her finger at me like an angry school teacher.
ピンバッジはきっと見つかる。まだ時間はあるんだから、そんなに焦らないで。それより、あんたにぶっ倒れられたら、私はともかく、まゆりが心配するでしょ。少しは自分の体もいたわりなさい。
Time leap worked.
分かってる。
Nod to Chrissy, then collapse onto the sofa. I couldn't sacrifice either of them. In a sense, I am running away. There was no other choice. No other way to save Suzuha and Mayuri both. 2 days Mayuri will die. Suzuha will be lost to the past. These 2 days are all we have left. All I can do is repeat them. Forever. Let these 2 days be the rest of my life. The wind caresses my cheek. Push down on the pedals and begin the ascent up Harumi Bridge. Spokes revolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. Feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
気持ちいいね。
なんで僕がこんなことに付き合わなきゃいけないんだ。
同感だわ。っていうか、風強すぎ。
ダルくんはね、メタボだからもっと運動しておくべきだと思うよ。
デブオタ上等。
Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike.
いい景色だな。
Here you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Akiba and the jumbled sprawl of central Tokyo are 2 hours' ride behind us. Here, on this artificial island, there are only skyscrapers and vacant lots, one extreme or the other. Rise and fatten on neckbeard. I have the neckbeard. I guess we are playing this on PC, so I'm part of the master race. One time I took the bus back to Akiba after Kamima, so I already knew how close it was, but never thought I'd come here by bike. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted a change of pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed a cycling expedition. Of course, I already know who the pin belongs to and who Suzuha's father is. I've chosen not to tell anyone. If at all possible, I want to spend these 2 days in peace and delay Suzuha's time travel. That is my goal now.
出発するまではさ、ただの時間の無駄遣いと思ってたけど、たまにはこういう時間も必要な生き物なんだね、人間って。
私はタイムリープマシンを作ってる方が楽しい。
Oh geez, I hadn't even thought about that. If she's not working on the time leap machine, we can't go back until later. Meaning we can't jump as far back in time as we previously could.
引きこもりが最強だと今日証明されました。
So basically, every time he does something like this and then jumps back, he loses a little bit of time until it's no longer possible to build the time leap machine before the CERN agents arrive.
二人ともグダグダだね。だらしないな。そんなんじゃ生き残れないよ。
Ursu and Daru are exhausted, while Suzuha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy.
水は自動販売機はまだ。今ならコップ一杯分の水のために人殺しもできそうだお。
残念ながらこの橋を含めてあと2つ橋を渡らないとコンビニはない。そこまで辛抱しろ。
マジで無理。もう無理。
オカリン、詳しいんだね。この辺来たことあるの？
ああ、何度もな。
How long have I been living in this closed loop of time? It's already getting hard to keep track of the days, so instead I think in 2-day cycles. This should be the 4th cycle. Put all ears and beard, no eyesight. This time, only I know that Mayuri is fated to die. By keeping that secret, I allow us to spend these days like normal kids our age would. Cycling expedition is part of that. Suzuha and Mayuri enjoy the ride, so I make sure we do it each time I repeat the loop. Our current destination is Tokyo Big Sight. That's where all of the eyesight points went into. A massive convention center in Ariake. In a few days, it will be home to Kamima, the world's largest doujinshi marketplace event.
ここまで来ればビッグサイトはすぐだ。あと10分もしないうちに着くだろう。
その前に休憩を。
Daru's used the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Daru's bike.
そのままの格好でいると危ないぞ。体を起こせ。
ちょっと休ませてよ。
危ないんだと言っているだろう。
I sigh and pull Daru up by the arm.
わかったから。
Daru stands up. A second later, a huge truck speeds past. A gust of wind left in its wake nearly bowls us over. The bridge sways beneath our feet.
危ねえ。
Probably wouldn't have hit him anyway, but still, best to be careful.
オカリンのおかげで助かった。
なんかね、今のオカリン、未来が見えてたみたいだったね。
D メールでも使ったんでしょ。
Mayuri's innocent smile, Ursu's cynical grin. To them it's a joke, but they're not mistaken. The only thing they got wrong was that I didn't send a D-mail, I time-leaped. No worries, Chaos. Nice having you here. And if we see you, we will see you. Suzuha's eyes meet mine. She was laughing just a moment ago, but now she looks confused, uncertain. Except for you, Deadbeard. Oh, you won't see him because you didn't put any points into your eyesight. I avert my eyes. So even the game's making fun of your eyesight.
私は帰ってきた
Is now the point when we tell Daru that he has to go back, and back is uphill, because we're going away from the water? Daru, his vigor restored, faces Big Sight with his arms spread wide. We have Pouty Beard! Feeling a lot of that Steins hate right now.
こんなに広かったのね。なのにコミマ中は人で埋め尽くされるとかありえない。
The emptiness, it's easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. Kamima, when you're wading through a sea of people, just another big building.
ねえねえ、マユシーはお腹空いちゃった。
近くにファミレスあるべそこで一休みしようよ。
帰りも同じ距離を走らないといけないのよね。それを考えたら鬱だ。
Three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Suzuha is still gazing at Big Sight.
鈴葉、どうした？
I ask the question, though I already know how she'll answer. He's excited to see Big Sight in real life.
ビッグサイト、生で見られて感動。
Suzuha's eyes are shining.
2036年にはさ、ビッグサイトってなくなっちゃってるんだよね。より大規模な埋め立て計画の一環で、もっと大きなイベント会場がゴロゴロしてる。ドームだってあの辺に移転してきてるし。
Suzuha points to the middle of Tokyo Bay.
でもさ、さっき橋田至が言ってたけど、ここって聖地扱いされてるんだよね。コミマっていうすごいイベントがあるんでしょ。私の母さんもそのイベントに参加してて、そこで父さんと会ったんだって話してくれたよ。
なるほど。お前の母親は不女子だった可能性があるな。
だからさ、ずっと見たかったんだよね。ありがとう、岡部倫太郎。ちょっとだけ父さんに近づけた気がする。
Sharp pain stabs through my heart. I know who Suzuha's father is. It's right over there, but I won't tell her. Not until the afternoon of the 13th, when the time leap machine is complete. For now, I just want to prolong these 2 days of peace.
オーカリー、すずさん、早く早く。ほら、呼んでる。行こうよ。私もお腹空いちゃった。
Suzuha grabs my hand and we take off running. Somehow I manage to force a smile. Today was fun. Tomorrow will be fun. Every day will be fun. Forever. Can I send the D-mail now? No. No. Okay. Guess we're doing this again. The wind caresses my cheek. Push down on the pedals and begin the ascent up Harumi Bridge. The spokes revolve slowly, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. Feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
気持ちいいね。
なんで僕がこんなことに付き合わなきゃいけないんだ。
同感だわ。っていうか、風強すぎ。
ダル君はね、メタボだからもっと運動しておくべきだと思うよ。
デブオタ上等。
Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike.
いい景色だな。
I really hope they don't make us repeat literally every sentence of this. From here you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted a change of pace from the search for the unfindable pin. I proposed the cycling expedition.
出発するまではさ、ただの時間の無駄遣いと思ってたけど、たまにはこういう時間も必要な生き物なんだね、人間って。
私はタイムリープマシンを作ってる方が楽しい。
引きこもりが最強だと今日証明されました。
二人ともグダグダだね。だらしないな。そんなんじゃ生き残れないよ。
Ursu and Daru are exhausted, while Suzuha and my area are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake. I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy.
水は自動販売機はまだ。今ならコップ一杯分の水のために人殺しもできそうだお。
残念ながらこの橋を含めてあと2つ橋を渡らないとコンビニはない。そこまで辛抱しろ。
You're back while the frozen lasagna cooks. Welcome back, Chaos. We're repeating the bike ride, because apparently that's what we decide to do. I reply mechanically.
マジで無理。もう無理。
オカリン、詳しいんだね。この辺来たことあるの？
あ、何度もな。
What cycle is this? My 10th? Must be more than that by now. Still repeating the same 2 days. Moeka's attack? Mayuri's death? Those things will never ever happen. Today, once again, we're off on an adventure.
ここまで来ればビッグサイトはすぐだ。あと10分もしないうちに着くだろう。
その前に休憩を。
Daru's used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail, separating us from the road. I turn and pull up next to Daru's bike.
そのままの格好で。
He was waiting 2 hours for a burger, then when he went down, he was told to just cook your own food. I swallow my words. Thoughts too dark to be my own suddenly slip into mind. What will happen if I just don't pull Daru back? Will the truck catch on Daru's fat? Will it send him flying like a rag doll? Will it take off his head? Will blood spray from the stump like a crimson fountain? Jeez. Okay. Will the girls scream, I wonder? Let's find out. What difference does it make if Daru dies? I can just time leap again, can't I? Go back to the start of the loop and Daru will be as good as new. Besides, everyone needs a little spice in their life. Jeez. For these 2 days, I am God. I choose who lives and who... The sound of a horn blasts my eardrums. Daru jerks back from the guardrail. A split second later, the truck howls past. Amputation is commonly confused for spice. It's an easy mistake. Okabe's gone mental. Yeah, so I know I'd warned a bit, like when I first started this game, that there was one sort of thing I thought I might have to censor. It's along that vein where he gets into his head like, what happens if I do X? I can just go back in time to fix it. but it's worse. Daru loses his balance and falls on his butt.
あ、危ねえ。
ちょっと大丈夫？
怪我はない？
Krisu and Suzuha get off their bicycles and help Daru up.
わあ、今のトラックひどいよ。
The truck has already crossed the intersection after the bridge. We watch it drive away.
あー、ビビった。つうか、なんなんあのトラック。ふざけんなよ。ナンバー見とけばよかった。そしたら、通報しましたってできるのに。
As evidenced by the shower scene.
事故が起きたわけじゃないし、通報しても無意味でしょ。
Yep. And this is why I have a hotkey to just block with my face. Did you miss the shower scene, Chaos? Everyone's fussing over Daru. I stand a few steps away, staring at my hands. I'm glad it ended as something to laugh about, but what was I thinking just now? I began this loop so that no one would be hurt, that Mayuri would live and Suzuha would never go back in time. In-game or me? In-game. Think you all did except for Mim. Yet just now, I was ready to watch Daru die. Some part of me wanted it to happen.
岡部倫太郎。
I cower in reflex upon hearing my name. Suzuha is staring at me. There are questions in her eyes. She can't have heard my dark thoughts just now. And yet, I feel like she can see right through me.
顔色悪いよ。
Okay, so the short of it is, because I don't want to dwell on it too long, but it was funny. Basically, we go out to like pick up stuff for a party, pick up like food or stuff, and we come back, and Christine and Mayuri are like in the bathroom, and our character just decides to like walk in and see if they're okay, and they have the wisp of steam covering them up, but like it was pretty bad, so I censored that, and then they like kick him out because he's being a perv, and then he has like a flashback scene to the shower, and I'm like, really, Gabe, I don't need this right now.
オカリン、僕よりガクブルしてるとかおかしくね？
I don't want to dwell on it too long, but it was funny.
何しろスーパーハッカーに死なれては我がラボは大打撃だからな。
What makes it even worse is the fact that Mayuri is like 16. So, really don't want to take any risks with that. I use a purposefully extravagant tone to cover up my guilty thoughts and start pedaling.
休憩は終わりだ。行くぞ。
This was your issue with Sword Art Online. I am this world's observer. Nothing can escape my subjectivity. Everything and everyone exists as I will it. Mayuri, Krisu, Daru, even Suzuha. Here we can live in peace and harmony. None of us need ever face death. Can I send the thing now? 48-hour eternity. I am the creator of this paradise. So, I know. Tomorrow will be another wonderful day.
聖地よ、私は帰ってきた。
Daru, his vigor restored, greets Big Sight with his arms spread wide.
人がいない時に来るのって初めてだよ。
んなに広かったのね。なのにコミマ中は人で埋め尽くされるとかありえない。
The emptiness, it's easy to see how truly majestic Big Sight is. Kamima, when you're wading through a sea of people, just another big building.
ねえねえ、マユシーはお腹空いちゃった。
近くにファミレスあるべ。そこで一休みしようよ。
I hope by now Okabe's at least tried everything at this restaurant and knows what the best food is.
帰りも同じ距離を走らないといけないのよね。それを考えたら鬱だ。
Three of them go searching for the family restaurant. Souza is still gazing at Big Sight. I already don't like where this is going. My eyes roam her body. This may be the part I was thinking about. Those tight legs, that slender body. Her clothes accentuate all her fine curves. Gosh dang it, game. Her breasts are surprisingly large. Something stirs in my heart. Hot and heavy like thick lava. It whispers to me words like poison. All these words are poison. What if... Okay, this was the scene. I totally understand if people don't want to watch or like hear this because it's horrible, and honestly it should not be something this game has, in my opinion, but here we are. So trigger warning coming up. He's gonna talk about raping her and going back in time because he can get away with it. Yeah, that's gonna happen. It's gonna make me read it. I'm not gonna be pleased about it. What if I lure her into a dark corner and have my way with her? What then? Getting her alone would be simple enough. All I have to do is offer information on her father and she'll follow me anywhere. I've handled this very tactfully. I knew this was coming, was one thing. Back when we had the Uncle Hunter series, because we got to a point where basically every episode had pretty graphic descriptions of child abuse, I basically had on hand all time links to support for anyone who wanted that. All of my YouTube uploads for it have both a trigger warning and all of those links. Actually, I'm going to make a note right now on my notepad that I need to add a trigger warning for this episode, as well as links to both suicide and people who are being sexually assaulted. Those are both important things, and I want to make sure that people who are watching this do have that knowledge of where they can reach out to, and I hope you do reach out if that is you, and I'm really sorry if you are in one of those positions. Let me make a quick note of that. Okay, that's in my notes. To make matters easier, no Amane Suzuha exists in present-day Japan. No documents proving Japanese citizenship, not even a birth certificate. It's only natural she won't be born for another 7 years. So even if she runs to the police, no one will believe a word she says. I imagine she'll put up a fight, She's a member of the Resistance in her time, and I know she's stronger than she looks. Dude, she will slap you so hard. You've seen her take down A-Team Knockoff. Thank you. Yes, he is getting steadily worse. I don't... At least from the anime, and I'm assuming the game is similar enough, he's not a hero, I think. He is more of like a redeemed character. A character who truly has major flaws, and honestly, after going through all these time travel, he probably could have some mental illnesses, as a result of like PTSD and just his brain not knowing how to deal with all these memories stuffed inside of it. He does get better, but that does not in any way excuse any of these thoughts or actions he's having right now. But she's still just a girl. It may take some doing, but I'll have my way with her in the end. Another me, Hoenn Kyoma perhaps, is whispering inside my head. You want a woman, don't you, it says. Of course you do. It's instinct. So what if she's Daru's daughter? So what if she's on a mission to save the future? Forget about that. She's a fine woman, that's all. You're not a saint, Okabe Rintaro. What was it you call yourself again? That's right, an insane mad scientist. If you're really insane, then let's see you snap. Remember, you have the power of a god. You can rape her and then undo it with the time leap machine. And hey, while you're at it, why not taste the same girl's virginity over and over again? You could live with someone having thoughts, but to act on them is inappropriate and immature. Shows a massive inability to control yourself, and that's what bothers you. I think at this point it's first of all, I definitely think he has some sort of like undiagnosed PTSD and mental illness at this point in time. But to me, this is going a bit further than fleeting thoughts. Like he's got a plan on how he would do it. Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? All those virgins only freaks would kill to be you. Oh, gosh, how can you make this worse? Hell, why stop at rape? Think of what else you can do with the time leap machine. Murder, steal, kidnap, destroy? Is that the best you can do, Okabe Rintaro? Is that really all the evil in your heart? Well, I guess we're only human after all. Yeah, I understand Samus's. He definitely has things he needs to deal with, but I think even these thoughts are way over the line. Think about it, Okabe Rintaro. Sure, you wanted this loop, but repeat the same 2 days forever? Sounds like torture to me. Aren't you tired of it already? These 2 days should be your paradise. Forget about petty laws and moral. Excuse me. You're a hunter. Taboos mean nothing to you. Hunt your prey and eat your fill. The voice is right. I am the observer. I am God. I can do anything. Do her. Kill her. Rape her. No one can judge me in this closed loop of time. Forget your morals. Trust your primal urges. Yeah, he's forgetting that, I'm guessing Christina's not going to build the time leap machine for him after he kills their friend. Just a hunch. I cover my ears and avert my eyes from Suzuha. Bzz, 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 bzz. My ears are ringing. I mean, that's not the sound of a cell phone? It's apparently not. Someone is trying to crush my soul, projecting thoughts, not my own, onto the screen of my heart.
Okabe Rintaro?
Follow your primal urges is probably one of the least offensive things he said in the past 5 minutes. Suddenly, Suzuha grabs me by the shoulders and peers into my face. The warmth from her hands makes the buzzing grow louder.
やっぱ具合悪いんじゃない？休む？
I'm afraid to look at Suzuha with these dark feelings clogging my mind. I shake her off and flee towards Big Sight.
岡部倫太郎、どこ行くの？
I need to get away from Suzuha. If I don't, I might give in to the urge. Stare at my hands. Clench, open, clench, open. Repeat, repeat. My hands still move, just as I expect them to. Just as I order them to. But those dark impulses, the devil's whispers, how can I explain those? The hell was that? What's happening to me? I start to tremble. My teeth chatter. The sun's hot enough to burn my skin, but I feel cold. I'm afraid of myself. I'm still okay, aren't I? I am Hoen Kyoma, Kabe Rintaro, the insane mad scientist with a fetish for science and chaos. Well, chaos, someone's got a fetish for you. See, I still know who I am.
まだってなんだよ。
What is that supposed to mean? Will I eventually lose control of myself? Am I going to break? Like a Mobius strip, the same 2 days go round and 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 round. Dang it, Chaos! Stop being a fetish. But today, I failed to keep them the same. My feelings became twisted. Today on Harumi Bridge, I didn't just hesitate to save Daru, I nearly yielded to my dark emotions. Dark emotions, dark impulses. Emotions seeping with venom. I listened to their poisonous, disgusting whispers. I was almost drawn in. There's no denying it. Worse, that was but a taste of what might lurk inside my heart. Thank you, Samus. Dang it, Kale, stop being a fetish. If those emotions attack me again, this time crashing over me like a tsunami, will I be able to control myself? Mayuri, Risu. King Chaos has returned. Look at that last quote there, Chaos. I feel like I need to go back to the backlog just to show you that. Here we are. The insane mad scientist with the fetish for science and chaos. Daru. Suzuha. Will I be able to keep myself from hurting them, no matter what? Will I be able to keep everyone safe in this loop I made for Mayuri and Suzuha's sake? Do I really have such strength? Don't know. That answer is hardly reassuring. As for now, it's the only answer I've got. This endless loop is the world I wished for. Only protect this world. Only I can protect this world. I pray that those impulses were just a fluke, that they'll never resurface again. I ask only that tomorrow be peaceful. The wind caresses my cheek. Push down on the pedals and begin the ascent up Harumi Bridge. Spokes revolve rhythmically, reflecting the sunlight. Sweat oozes out of every pore, but it's not unpleasant. Feels good, healthy, like running around the school field as a child.
気持ちいいね。
なんで僕が
I expect
こんな
this,
こ
the
とに
third time, will be the
付き合わな
last.
きゃいけないんだ
Usually going more than 3 repetitions on something is too much.
同感だわ。っていうか、風強すぎ。
ダル君はね、
I've been given
メタボ
chocolate.
だからもっと運動しておくべきだと思うよ。
デブオタ上等
I just realized Daru doesn't have a beard. How is he part of the fat neckbeard master race? He's just fat master race. Leading the way at a terrific pace is Suzuha on her trusty mountain bike. Popeye asking the real questions.
いい景色だな。
From here, you can see across Tokyo Bay, all the way to Rainbow Bridge in the distance. Except for Suzuha, we're all using rent-a-cycles. I wanted a change of pace from the search for the unfindable pin, so I proposed the cycling expedition.
出発するまではさ、ただの時間の無駄遣いと思ってた
Can
け
you
ど。
not find like something different to do after 2 weeks?
必要な生き物なんだね、人間って。
私はタイムリープマシンを作ってる方が楽しい。
引きこもりが最強だと今日証明されました。
二人ともグダグダだね。だらしないな。そんなんじゃ生き残れないよ。
Chris and Daru are exhausted, while Suzuha and Mayuri are still going strong. I already know the distance between Akiba and Ariake, so I'm able to pace myself in order to conserve energy.
水は自動販売機はまだ
I'm surprised no one's done deja vu. I feel like this, if there was a time for deja vu, this is the time.
やればいい。
え
Wait, what? Oh, jeez! I could kill for a glass of water. Do it. I don't think those feelings are buried. Everyone turns to look at
や
me.
ってみろよ。人殺し。
ネタにマジレスですか？
ああ、マジだ。どうしてやらないんだ？やりたいならやればいいじゃないか。
ちょっと岡部、あんたいきなり何言い出してんのよ。
オカリン、そういうこと言っちゃダメなんだよ。
It better not be room temperature. I've actually found I prefer room temperature water recently. Because I used to put my water bottle in the fridge overnight, and I found I like it better after it's been sitting out for a couple hours.
つうか、オカリンなんで切れてんの？
別に。コンビニが橋を2つ渡った先にある。そこまで文句言わずに耐えろ。
そうなん。意外と距離あるな。
Deadbeard leaves. I mean, Deadbeard, if you feel that water shouldn't be room temperature, just remember that the hydrate command means that you're feeding me, in your opinion, the worst water. Hello. There's Deadbeard giving me the worst water. Hundreds of days have passed since this began, maybe thousands. How many cycles has it been? I've repeated this loop so many times I've grown tired of keeping track. I can barely remember the reason I started. Days go by like tearing pages from a calendar. Everyone says the same things, everyone responds in the same way. I notice my biorhythm seems a bit off. Aside from that, every day is the same. Same. Yes, subtle deviations occur. All within acceptable limits. In the end, the result is always the same. Everything that happens is insignificant, meaningless, pointless. I'm the only one still living in this loop. Everyone else is just being kept alive. By me. We're just spinning our wheels in a dead world. My soul died some cycles back. I don't remember. This isn't life. Mayuri's death, Moeka's raid, Suzuha's time travel. May have cared about those things once. Not anymore. When did I stop caring? When did I become a machine, looping and looping for all eternity? Nothing matters. When these 2 days are over, they will start again. Everything will be reset. I will reset it myself. I guess it's pointless to worry. Ridiculous. How many times have I repeated this loop? I can't be mad for this one. I'm already scared. What can't I be mad for? My senses have gone dull. It's getting harder to respond to the things I see and hear. Deadbeard, stop that! If your purchase was declined, there's a reason for that. It means stop. I feel detached, like I'm isolated inside a thin membrane. Already gotten used to it. I don't find it inconvenient anymore. Simply adapted. I simply optimized. This far too narrow world. This far too gentle world. Why shouldn't I adapt? This is my world. Why do you want to embarrass me, man? Daru has used up the last of his strength. While still on his bike, he rests his body against the guardrail separating us from the road. I stop my bicycle and watch him passively. The horn blares. Daru jerks away from the rail. A split second later, the truck howls past. Daru loses his balance and falls on his butt.
Oh, boomer!
ちょっと大丈夫？
Beardy, if you have to call the bank, don't give me money. I mean, if you have to call the bank to fix something, I mean, I guess you have to call the bank, but don't give me the monies. Don't do it.
怪我はない？
Risu and Suzuha get off their bicycles and help Daru up.
今のトラックひどいよ。
Chaos? Samus? Guys? I don't like where this is going. Truck has already crossed the intersection after the bridge. We watch it drive away.
ビビった。 つうかなんなんあのトラック。ふざけんなよ。ナンバー見とけばよかった。そしたら通報しましたってできるのに。
通報しろよ。
The truck's number smoothly rolls off my tongue. Too bad that sentence didn't. I've seen it so many times, it's like a brand on my brain.
教えたぞ。ほら通報しろ。
Deadbeard, thank you for the tier 1 gift to Nietzsche. Samus, thank you for berating Beardy. I hold my phone out.
僕なんか恨みあんの？
There, now it's out. Except I can't do anything with my phone out. Can I just send the D-mail now?
お前が通報したいと言うから。
Now, Samus, I have to know. Are you berating him for spending money, or for doing it before you did? Samus has gifted a tier 1 sub to Mim. Thank you, Samus's. For spending money, of course. You say as you spend money. Actively spending money. My tone is flat. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Samus's. If by take care of this you mean berate yourself. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Samus's, for berating yourself. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
確かに橋田のだらけた態度は良くないけど、岡部も感じ悪すぎよ。
仕切るな、委員長キャラ。
Did you make yourself sad by berating yourself?
何よ。
喧嘩は良くないよ。ダル君は無事だったんだし、めでたしめでたしだよ。ね。
I ignore my Eri and shove my phone at Daru. Look at it! Alright, have a good lunch, Beardy.
通報しないのか。
まあ、今回のところはこれで勘弁して。
I will join you in chocolates. We can be chocolate brothers. There we go. Chocolate brothers. I sigh and put away my phone. Oh, you don't actually have chocolate? Dang it, Samus says, if you were here, I would give you the last piece of chocolate. Suzuha's staring at me again. It looks like she wants to say something. But who cares what she thinks? I feel nothing. The tired Kurisu, the re-energized Dara, and the ever-energetic Mayuri repeat the same conversation I've seen hundreds of times. Then they go search for the restaurant. I turn my back to them and walk towards the ocean. But Suzuha stands in front of me, blocking my way. Her eyes bore into mine. I try to pass without saying anything. She cuts me off. I see the sincere concern in her eyes. It can no longer sway my heart, not even a little.
あのさ、あるテレビ記者が雪の街に取材に来て、そこで時間の連鎖に絡め取られちゃうって映画なかったっけ？
We finally have the Groundhog Day reference, guys. What? The hell is she talking about?
恋はデジャビューだったかな。
Wow, they actually named it. I thought they were going to give it a fake name, but no, it's just Groundhog Day. Meerkat Evening? Come on.
私がいた2036年ではさ、セルンの検閲があって、新しい映画はどれもこれもつまんないんだよね。だから古い映画ばっか見てた。恋はデジャビューもそのうちの一本。
知らないな。
あの映画、私は納得いってないんだよね。
I was trying to brush her off, but Suzuha keeps talking.
だって主人公が特に何かしたわけでもないのにさ、時間の無限ループは綺麗さっぱりなくなっちゃうじゃん。で、主人公は善人になってハッピーエンド。
I'm glad that you were 100% safe to have gifted those subs, but it was still unnecessary. But thank you, and I appreciate that you are being financially responsible.
なんかいまいちな脚本だった。今の君。
Beardy,
今の私たち。
as your accountant, have many fingers. I mean, you should check before, but yeah, Beardy, if you had to try 6 times, I'm pretty sure those first 5 are like a sign that you shouldn't be spending this money. Just a thought. Sign noted.
なんとか言いなよ、岡部倫太郎。
Deadbeard is redeemed to hydrate. See, because there's absence room temperature contempt. Because there's no goal for you guys. Samus is gifted a tier 1 sub to Chaos. And enjoy your lunch, Beardy. Samus that is your 3rd gift sub this stream, plus you also subbed. I appreciate it, but stop that.
君はこの世界を知ってる。そうでしょ？
Deja vu. Haven't we been here before? Her gaze seems to pierce through everything. I find myself blinking involuntarily. Then, my eyes drop to my feet.
何が言いたい？
Hoarse voice leaks from the back of my throat. Doesn't sound like my own.
私はこのビッグサイトを今初めて見た。でも、私がビッグサイトを見たのはこれが初めてじゃない。
Feel my heart skip a beat. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
言葉遊びか。
私たちは前にもここに来たんでしょ？君は何度も今日という日を経験してるんでしょ？一体何度目なの？答えて！
Suddenly, Suzuha seizes my
今
arm.
の君さ、死んだような目をしてる。わかるんだ。その目、私がいた2036年の人たちと同じだから。岡部倫太郎、私を見て！心を殺さないで！
Slowly, feelings rise. From the depths of my heart, like an oiled machine grinding back to
マ
life.
キセ・クリスが完成させる予定のタイムリープマシン。それを使って君は何度もこの時間をループしてる。
Yes, chat has been very
そうだよね。
wonderful today, unlike our main character, who's been the most massive of dicks.
だから
なんでこんなこと。
さあな。 もうその理由もどうでもよくなってきている。
君は何から逃げてるの？
そう、確かに逃げている。逃げ込んだマユリを殺させないために。
それは私が1975年へ飛べば解決されることで。
What's a good word? Just overall negativity, I guess, is probably the best one. Because it started as thoughts, and then now he's just actively being a total dick to everyone.
いいや、お前は失敗する。そして孤独な25年を過ごした挙句、首をつって死んでいくんだよ。
Yeah, Samus has been fast and loose with the gift subs today.
何を？
だから俺はこのループに逃げ込んだ。マユリもお前も死なせないために。
Subs aren't the only thing. What? Do I want to know what you're implying that he's fast and loose with? He's fast and loose with the Sultan Phasmo? That's it. That was the reason. I entered this loop resolved to save them. Gifts of other kinds? Ah, you're talking about your favorite package, are you? My resolve has long since turned to dust.
この2日間を繰り返してさえいれば何も変わらず誰も死なない。俺はその繰り返しを受け入れた。
それは君の主観だよ。世界は君に関係なく未来へと続いていくの。君がこの2日間を何千回何万回ループさせたって椎名真由里が死ぬことに変わりはない。根本的解決にはならない。
What did you do the other day? Did something so bad that you can't talk about it because you're only referring to it as that thing?
俺は別に。
My lips twist into a self-deriding smile.
根本的解決をしようなんて思わない。
Is that thing? Mim did not tell me. Did you buy Mim Phasmo? Is that what happened?
いつまでもこのループを続けるつもり？
そうだ。それを受け入れた。
何が受け入れたなの？自分がおかしくなり始めてることに気づいてないの？
おかしくなったとしても世界は続く。2日間のループは続く。
You don't know what I'm talking about. You have it on record that Mim clearly stated he was going to buy himself Phasmo. I think I've hit the nail on the head here.
時間の止まった世界でこのまま生きていくことに
So,
耐えら
what
れ
I'm
るの？
hearing is you have actually spent even more money this weekend than what you've spent in my channel. Because I know that Mim acquired Phasmophobia, I believe it was yesterday. I can quickly check my Steam activity and can tell you the exact date. Mim acquired Phasmophobia yesterday on November 6th. You request an attorney of law for MDS? Samus is gonna represent himself. Samus, are you just gonna, like, shout objection every time I make an accusation? Is that how this is gonna work? One day after you gifted it to him. Haha, I have it in writing. You gifted it to him.
君はこの輪を永遠に終わらせることはできないんだよ。
Objection.
肉体的には死ぬことはない。でも、岡部倫太郎。
I hope they actually show us what we look like now. Mistrial on the grounds of leading questions. Who's the judge? Is Chaos? No, Chaos can't be the judge. Is Beardy the judge? He kind of looks like the judge in Phoenix, right? Just with a longer beard, and it's not all white and gray. I am the judge. I thought I was the prosecutor.
俺には誰かを無慈悲に犠牲にする覚悟なんてないんだ。
It is addictive. I'm pretty sure I looked the other day, and I have like 43 hours in Phasmo. And I've only owned it for like 3 weeks. No, the prosecutor is, in most cases, it would be the state, the lawyer appointed by the state government, who is designed to try and prove that someone broke some law. Or in the case of, like, a civil lawsuit that, like, let's say I was suing Samus because he hit my car and didn't pay, then I am attempting to prosecute him for not paying for causing an accident.
マユリも鈴葉も仲間だ。
You've never been in a courtroom?
どちらも失うわけにはいかない。
Yes, sorry, Samus is correct. I would be the plaintiff, not the prosecutor. In a non-civil case, I don't know what the actual term is for that, or a case where it's the state versus someone, then the prosecutor is essentially the plaintiff, in terms of roles. State versus defense, criminal case. Thank you. Suza hangs her head with a sorrowful expression. Is the interrogation over? Try to end the conversation by walking towards the sea again. She grabs my hand to stop me.
まだ何かあるのか。
私は首をつって死ぬって本当？
ああ。
IBN5100 を手に入れるのを失敗するのも。
Suzuha bites her lip and hangs her head. Hangs her head is probably not the right phrase to use there, game. Guess you decided they should only have 3 hours of sleep in a 38-hour period. Chaos did. Did mock trial for a couple years and worked alongside an attorney, so very, very minimal background. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, the most experience I have is watching court cases on TV, and I have a cousin who is a lawyer, but he does case law. So from what I understand, he doesn't actually go into courtrooms, but I know almost nothing about case law. But my understanding is he does more of the, like, written up prep stuff for things. Maybe I shouldn't have told her the truth. But it doesn't really matter. If I timely began, this conversation will never have happened.
ねえ、岡部倫太郎。
Yeah, most of them don't actually step foot inside a courtroom. Just like thinking, like, most things law-related is, like, drafting up contracts, proofreading contracts, amending contracts, um, or like looking at wills and stuff like that. Like houses, wills probably make up a huge chunk of most legal teams.
だったら一緒に行く？
何？
一緒に行くかって聞いたの。1975年へ。
That's the last thing I expected to hear. Go with her to 1975? The other reason is that you did become a court attorney, you're bad at thinking on your feet and wouldn't do well. I mean, you could probably still go into law and just not become a court attorney. I swear you can get an hour's rest, get woken up, you can't sleep for the next 15 so.
俺が行ってどうなる？
It has been a fair while, I think, since I've gotten very little sleep. Which is... Like, at this point now, little sleep for me is, I think, like, under 5 hours. I used to need, like, 7 hours of sleep minimum, or I'd be a grumpy butt. But I've been consistently getting less and less sleep and getting used to it. To the point where probably 6 hours is what I need. You don't get woken up, you're out like 15? Okay. Why that, Which, I also find I wake up earlier now. Like, I used to, if I just, like, turn off my alarm, I would sleep into, like, 10:30, something like that. Now I wake up at, like, 8 o'clock naturally. I've just sort of trained myself to need less sleep. Suzuha grasps my hand tightly.
私が失敗しないように助けてもらう。あるいは未来を変えるための
It's because I have an annoying fiance who bothers me about it.
できるのか。
My heart beats. My eyes open. Color returns to the world.
世界線はもしかす
I
ると
really wish
とん
they'd
でもない
kept that, like,
方向へ
black
分岐するか
filter
もしれ
over
ない
top this whole time and then lifted it right then. It would have been so much better.
あるいは君の知ってる
Yeah,
世
I
界じゃなく
totally
なるかも
understand
しれないし
Samus's. If you need to go to sleep, no worries.
みんながラボメンとして君の仲間になるかどうかもわからなくなるし
Yes, I did read in Beardy's chat that you've begun to have Phasmo dreams. I have not gotten to that point yet, but actually, I don't think I've ever really had dreams about a video game, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had dreams about a video game. I might just have, like, a generic ghost dream in the future, though.
そもそも椎名真由里も橋田至も牧瀬クリスも生まれないかもしれない
You had one dream night one of sleeping after playing. Haven't had one since.
生まれたとしても違う
It
名前
feels
を
like the
付けら
kind
れ
of
るかも
thing
しれ
that
ない
if I was going to dream about a game, it would be that one. Because often, like, my coworkers and I were playing it for, like, an hour, like, right before I go to bed. So it's, like, in my head right before I'm going to bed. So it's the kind of thing I could see myself having, like, ghost dreams, but I haven't had any yet.
でも1975年なら2010年のアトラクタフィール
You
ド大
avoid
分岐に
spooks
到
before
達する
bed?
まで35年もある
I'm usually not one for spoopy things. Spoopy things don't really spook me. If you've played with me, you'll have noticed this. But if I am going to play it, I like playing or watching spoopy things from, like, 9 p.m. onwards in the dark, I think is like the best way to experience it.
どうやればいいのかわからないけど、世界線を変えるための準備期間はたっぷりできるよ。それでもいいなら一緒に行かない？うん。本音は誰かに一緒に来てほしいんだ。
In your last 4 sessions of like 8+ hours, 0 hunts. I mean, that's pretty impressive. The last couple of times I played it, we've had some hunts, we've had some ghosts that like just would not respond to Spirit Box, or like the like one piece of info left. Like, we had one where I was like literally in the bathroom with the ghost yelling into the Spirit Box, and it's like, yeah, no response, and then it was Spirit Box, and we're just like, why? I was next to the ghost. Yeah, the ghosts do move. Smudging returns them to their original room. But, like, we could still see the ghost orb in the bathroom. Someone. In other words, it doesn't have to be me.
私は失敗すると分かっているのに飛ぶのは嫌だよ。それこそ犬死にだもん。
Opposite rooms of the house. The worst one we had recently was we were playing high school. The entire first floor corridor going all the way around was freezing temperatures. And we're like, well, where the nuts is the ghost? So we dumped all the stuff like right in reception, and we're like looking there and nothing happened. Then we pull out the what's this, the sound thing, the receiver, and just basically did a loop around, and we found it, and right as we found it, it started hunting, and we're like, okay, well, we found the ghost. Parabolic, thank you, the parabolic mic. Two ghost rooms both had ghost orbs. They did just, the dude's pretty good at posting updates, like, basically daily. I also feel like he kind of nerfed Thermo a little bit. It seems a bit harder. But yeah, he's putting out stuff basically every day.
だから一緒に来て。私を助けて。
Yeah, you can also... I think there's a radius for freezing temps, because you can have it where you point the thermo through a wall at another room and get freezing temps, and it's pointing to that other room.
このループを続けて心が擦り切れるのを待つ。それは来るはずのない終わりで、その終わりが来ればさ、また時間は動き出すんだよ。君の心が完全に死んだ時、椎名真由里は予定通りに死ぬ。私は予定通りに失敗し、首を吊る。君は看板に自殺をしよう
The
と
other
してる
problem
だ
we've
け。
had recently is that we'll like go into the ghost room and like scream its name for 5 minutes and it just won't show up. Like, even if you're alone, it's like, well, screw you too, ghost.
そんなことするぐらいなら一緒に来て。私を助けて。
俺は
The hands of my clock stopped ticking long ago.
俺は
Now slowly, they begin to move forward.
行くよ。お前と一緒に行く。連れて行ってくれ。
サンキュー。
I was saying this, I can't remember who I was playing with. I can't remember who I was playing with. But I was saying that I actually find amateur harder, because I find the ghost doesn't show itself as much on amateur, because like intermediate and professional it comes out sooner. So I actually find it easier. It's just more deadly if you make a mistake.
ごめん。ずっと気づいてあげられなくて。
Suzuha gently embraces me as if to warm my frozen heart. It only screams at you in amateur. The wind blows. The clouds flow and change shape. Sunset. The sky is so terribly orange. The color of dawn. Color of dusk. Color of the world's end. Color of the world's beginning. While Daru was repairing the time machine, I let my mind rest. I avoided all contact, slept like a log, and tried to piece my soul back together. On the afternoon of the 13th, I received word that the repairs are complete. I sent an email calling all members to a meeting. Then as everyone else gathers at the lab, I head to Rodicon alone. Suzuha is waiting there, standing before the time machine with glistening eyes. Yeah, I agree. The ghost definitely seems to whisper in your ears more in amateur. She gives me one last warning.
何度も言うようだけどさ、タイムマシンは一方通行なんだ。行ったら戻ってくることはできないよ。それでも一緒に行ってくれる？
And then the stupid ghost that did all but initiate a hunt. I slowly nod.
大丈夫か？おそらくかなり高い確率でタイムトラベル後の俺たちは記憶を失う。
私が記憶を取り戻したのは24年後だったよね。でも今回は君がいる。何かが変わるかもしれない。
希望的観測だ。
じゃあ降りる？私は降りない。
もう覚悟はできている。
You had a Jin who decided they weren't a Jin and gave 0 Jin clues. I don't know how it will turn out. We're certainly at a disadvantage, but still, I never thought I'd be so thankful not know what's coming next. It's so stimulating, it sends shivers down my spine. I feel like I'm actually here.
みんなにはなんて説明したの？
別れは告げてきた。
Mayuri, Daru, Risu. I left them each a handwritten letter. The lab is probably chaos by now. I also mailed letters to my parents, my friends at school, telling them not to look for me. My parents will probably be sad. This time I'm not running away. I want to believe I'm not running away.
なんかさ、
Suzuha stands next to me, looking at the time machine. She finally smiles, though her eyes still shine with unshed tears.
駆け落ちするみたいだね。
後ろめたいことは何もない。むしろ俺は鈴葉に感謝している。お前が誘ってくれなかったら、俺は今もあの輪の中で死んだまま生き続けただろう。ありがとう、鈴葉。これから一緒に未来を変えるために戦うぞ。
Clasp our hands. Suzuha's grip is so strong it kinda hurts. That pain tells me I'm alive. Nobody sends us off. Nobody could. This is a one-way trip through time. Once we go, there's no coming back. 1975. That's before I was even born. Headed for the past. No, for a future that is yet to be written. Not the world line Suzuha left. Nor the world line she desired. We are reaching for an entirely new future. Our eyes meet. Our hands clasp tightly.
あ、
The time has come for us to depart. Our mission to change 35 years of history. We boldly lift our heads, ready to challenge fate. Together. So, I think we missed one of the phone triggers, because that is not the true ending we were going for. So I think when we thought we had a choice to send the D-mail or not, I guess I didn't press the phone fast enough. So this is not the end, except for tonight. I will end it here, because I have to figure out how to get back to a save state where we can actually continue that. So that's something I'll have to do. You didn't like that ending. That is the worst ending. I'm pretty sure that's the worst ending. I'm also pretty sure that's the first possible ending you can get. So yeah. We're just gonna let the credits run, just in case there's some kind of, like, after scene, because I do want you to experience this ending as much as it's a horrible ending. But yes, I do want to confirm that we will be going and continuing with the regular playthrough. This will also give me a chance to go back and start doing the stuff required for the true ending. I'll probably do that at the same time as I prep for continuing with this. So hopefully going forward we'll be able to just make save points at all the critical junctures. Let's do the look all over again. The loop. Please, no. So we got several achievements. It's adding all kinds of things as we've reached an ending. I'm curious what the load saves are going to look like. Okay, so I have... because we didn't actually save at any point during today, so I can load that back, actually, and just... this game has a lovely feature where you can just skip ahead until there's something that makes a difference. So I will do that. I can't believe the phone wouldn't trigger when, like... Anyways. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in.